So a wee bit of a few scratches, it looks like, from this one. I think there's no lane number 8. Looks like, and no lane number 3, and maybe no lane number 0. So running through the list of competitors very quickly before we start here. In heat number 12 of 19, in the women's 100-metre backstroke, we have Sarah O'Connell, Colton, Hyland, Marks, Mahon, Scott, McKeon, Walsh, Sullen, and Glynn. And those scratches are lane 3, Marks, and lane 8, Solan. Swimmers pulling himself up on to the side of the block before waiting for the buzzer and launching themselves off to start this. 2 lengths of their back in the long course format for these swimmers. All these swimmers entered in a 1:14. Very tight from a 1:14.1 in the middle to a 1:14.7 on the outside. But expect big drops from all these swimmers, concluding, a whole season of training and racing. O'Connell, 35.5, very close from Walsh, very close from Culleton. So lane number 7 looked to have a fantastic turn. That was Walsh, the Cookstown swimmer. She accelerated off that wall, and now the whole way down this back 25, she's going to have to keep the legs going, keep the burners on. Expect a sub 1:14 here. Best time would be a fantastic achievement on day 5. And Walsh is holding on. She's not going to quite get sub 1:10, but maybe a 1:12.64. O'Connell second at a 1:13.6. And Scott in third, a 1:14.2. So a couple of PBs there for the top 2 girls. There's confirmation of results on your screen for heat number 12, the first heat of this morning's session. On to heat 13, Flanagan, Delgado, Harrington, Dempsey, Walsh, Harrington, O'Toole, Marriage, and Dawson. Into the entry times of 1:13s now. It's going to take slightly faster. You don't often see that. The swimmers waiting in the water on backstroke whilst the others go. You see it maybe in the heats where, to speed up the time it takes to do the heats, they won't wait for the swimmers to exit the pool after their race. They'll just wait on the side of the lane rope and the swimmers will dive over them. You don't usually see it on backstroke though, so that's an interesting one. Looks like Marriage in 8 having a strong start, and in lane number 3 as well, it is Alicia Dempsey as well. It's Marriage from Dempsey, 34.8 to a 35.4. Up there, top of your picture in the Aer Lingus hat, the navy hat with the green shamrock on it. Marriage coming down the pool in a very comfortable position, keeping that rate steady. You don't want the rate to drop. And look out in the middle of the pool in the orange swimsuit. That is Alicia Dempsey of Lurgan, having a good back half. But it is quite comfortably led from the start. It is Emma Marriage, 1:12.33. Dempsey, 1:13.4. And Daisy O'Toole at a 1:14.0. Those results, quite close, only 3 seconds separating. Heat 14, Morrissey, Nolan, Brennan, Dickens, Lydon, Farrington, Knight, O'Neill, Scanlon, and Byrne. You see that, swimmers waiting on by the side. It's rare you see that on backstroke, but okay, here we go. We don't have a swimmer in lane number 6. But it's fairly tight the rest of the field. The 100-metre backstroke, an event that's really moved on the women's side in recent years, with really, really great battles going on at the Olympic Games in this event. And Morrissey, Farrington Knight and Abby Byrne taking it out 1, 2 and 3, 34-5, 34-6 and 34-7. And it looks like bottom of your picture as well. Looking very, very nice is Morrissey, Kilkenny. They have a great history of backstrokers. But lane number 5 in the middle, it is Farrington Knight, the Asgard swimmer, looking super strong all the way into the wall. It looks like she's going to get a touch. She does, just from Morrissey 112.2 to a 112.4. On to heat number 15 we go. McCardle, McInerney, Hartnett, Logan, O'Dwyer, King, Curry, Lelou, O'Connor and Byrne. Heat number 15 of 19. And yeah, like I was saying, the women's 100-metre backstroke on the world level really moving on in recent times, and casting your eye back to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. There was 3 unbelievable backstrokers that all had the world record at some point, between Kaylee McKeown, Kylie Mass and Regan Smith. You know, Kylie Mass had the world record for a while, then Kaylee McKeown broke it, and then Regan Smith had it for a bit. And they all went head-to-head in Tokyo, and Kaylee McKeown got the win there. Very, very close, though, between the 3 of them. But Lelou, 33.2, comfortably ahead in 7. Lane 7 seems to be a popular lane this morning. And Lelou keeping that head nice and still. She was a 111.1 on her entries, and she should go well under that and causing a bit of damage as well. And then number 3 is Eliza Logan, and she's going to touch 109.8. So we have our first sub 110 swimmer. It is Lelou, Eliza Logan, 111.3, and Olivia Curry in a 111.9. So that's heat 15 in the books. And we're on to heat 16, the final heat before our seeded heats. We have the likes of Cora Rooney, Jenna McDougall, and of course Maria Godden. So Rock, Fane, Murphy, Childs, Maguire, Dunn, Russell, O'Rourke, and Mulhall. And they're through, so lovely. The underwater is so important, and as you get to these later heats, you'll see swimmers going further underwater, all the way to 15 metres. You're allowed 15 metres. For those of you that don't know, you can't go more than 15 metres. So you see as the swimmers are coming up to just about now on the lane rope, there's a little red mark, that's the 15-metre mark. So if swimmers go past that off this wall, they will get disqualified. So it's Heather Fane, 33.0, Ava Rock, 33.4, and Maeve O'Rourke, 34.0. Heather Fane looks very, very strong, the Dolphin swimmer. Coach Mick McCormack, very pleased with his team's performance all week. I was talking to him only about 45 minutes ago, and he said he's over the moon with the amount of best times they've had and the attitude of his swimmers. I'm sure that's consistent amongst most of the clubs. Heather Fane, 109.28. Maeve O'Rourke, 110.6. and Mulhall 110.8. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and we're on to the seeded heats now. There's confirmation. Another sub 110 there. That's the best time. Okay, heat 17, first of our seeded heats. Mulholland, Lawless, Humphreys, Bailey, Rooney, Doran, Nolan, Bailey, Donegan, and Blake. So fastest into this, the first of our seeded heats, is Cora Rooney in a 104.24. We have an absentee in lane number 7, that is Eva Bailey from New Ross, opting not to swim on this day 5 of the Summer National Championships. Day 5 is a real day 5, maybe not as tough as day 4 for a lot of these swimmers, because day 3 and day 4 you're still kind of, it is Rooney in 31.5, first to 50. Day 3 and 4 you're fatigue begins to set in, but you've got a lot of races to come, so you're sort of it's tough to keep yourself up motivated, especially if you're not swimming well. Whereas on day 5, it's the last day, it's more than likely your last swim of the season, so you get that extra burst of energy. Like if you, at the end of anything, you get that sort of second wind. But here we go, going to be Rooney coming home really strong beside her as well. Rooney 105.3, Aoife Doran was coming home strong 106.7, and Leah Bailey in a 17.52. So confirmation now, comfortably our fastest qualifier at the moment, the Enniskillen swimmer, Cora Rooney. Okay, penultimate heat. Walsh, Henry, Killen, Likakova, McDougall, Poutney, Farrell, Kelly, McGrath, and Kennedy of Galway in 9. Jenna McDougall, the UCD swimmer, is fast into this one in a 103.0. Very strong underwaters from her, almost maximising the use of that 15 metres underwater. Jenna McDougall right in the middle in the blue hat, looking to get back for finals tonight and finish off on a strong note for her at these championships. She's going to take half the full body length lead in a 31.66, comfortable enough from Killen. And coming off this wall on this 100 metre backstroke, you will begin to feel it, especially in the tops of your legs. Your hip flexor muscles, that's what you'll really feel it on backstroke. When swimmers get out of the water, if you ask them what was the most painful part of your body after that race, that's what they'll say, trust me. So here we go, Jenna McDougall of UCD all the way into the wall. Took it fairly easy, McDougall. She was under some pressure from Farrell in 6, and Niamh Poutney had a fantastic back half for her, 34.1 for 67.0. And there is confirmation of results. UCD, National Centre Limerick, Ards. So final heat, nobody going in lane 1. We have Maher, Setch, Byrne, Gordon, Grant, Nolte, McLean, Lee, and Minto. So Gordon now the fastest qualifier really altogether by a good country mile in this, the Irish Summer Nationals. She's entered in a 101, which is a really world-class time, 101.32, so she'll be looking to begin to progress her 100 backstroke into that 60 flat and 59 range even. That's what she's got to be after. Has to be looking for. So here we go, Gordon, 30.3, a really nice first 50. Just a real strong and full of intent with her stroke. So she's a pretty strong heat swimmer, is Gordon. Very, very, doesn't really take any chance to waste an opportunity to swim fast. So she's pulling away from the field and pulling away quite comfortably from Emily Grant beside her. Keep an eye on the clock. She will be the fastest qualifier quite comfortably. It's going to be maybe a 101, 102, 102.25. Not a bad swim at all for her. She'll be happy with that for the morning. She's not rested for this event. You know, she's going to be resting for 2 weeks' time at the European Under-23 Championships. So 102.2, Grant 104.1, and Shannon Byrne of Bangor in 106.0. Moving on now to the men's equivalent of this, the 100 meters backstroke. So we have Vanessa Petruskas, Mallet, Ward, Lipscomb, Spollen, Loudon, Daniels Hard, and Sweeney Noonan is our first heat. Heat 12 overall out of 19. We'll have those first 11 heats in a few hours' time in the middle session. But 7 heats to bring you here of the men's 100 backstroke. Swimmers slipping into the water unassumingly before they start. Get ready to hoist themselves up onto the block and then explode off the back. So very good on this. Great underwaters. Spotted very early there. Andrew Lipscomb of Cookstown. Lipscomb of Cookstown, the 17-year-old, is a 107.23 is his best. He had fantastic underwaters, but 2 below him, it looks like Aidan Mallet of Lisburn. Lisburn having a sublime meet here. And that's the end of July. Conclusion of the swimming season. Mallet, really strong swim, 30.52. Really separated himself from the rest of the field there. Mallet entered in a 107.3, so he's pushing the whole way back now. Nice strong leg kick, keeping it going. But it is the Cookstown swimmer who asserting his dominance now. Lipscomb, he went out a little bit slower and he's came back very, very quick. That's great tactics. Huge PB, 103.41. Aidan Mallet, 105.69. He went out very fast, couldn't really hang on and live with Lipscomb, but still the best time, and 105.6. And Loudon came back exceptionally strong, also the Trojan swimmer, for a 105.7. Heat number 13, Beggs, Fane, Martin, Flynn, Gray, Vaughan, Gallen, Kozlauskas, Dixon, and Hugger. I'll swim Belfast. Heat number 13 of 19. Swimmer in lane number 4, that's Rhys Gray. Glen Albon going very, very deep. You know, giving himself a lot of work to do to get back up to the surface in time. But a very early leader, very obvious. You don't need to know too much about swimming to see who's leading there in lane number 2. Jacob Martin, swim Belfast. Looking very, very strong coming down. This 50, 29.78 for Jacob Martin. Mark Gallen is a 31.5. Jamie Flynn in a 31.6. So Jacob Martin absolutely flying. Looking really smooth. Notice how still his head position is. You can put a glass of water on his head there and it wouldn't fall. So important to keep that real strong, tight, still head position. So it is going to be Martin, and a big charge coming from lane number 7. It is, or lane number 6, excuse me, is Gallant. So Jacob Martin, 103.42. Mark Gallant, good bit back in a 104.9. And Jonas Kazlakudas and a 105.7, the Erlinga Summer. Okay, on heat number 14 now. We have O'Neill, Yalzanov, O'Sullivan, Maguire, McGrath, French, Rocket, Mullen, Barrett, and McNichol of Ballymena. So all these swimmers will have swum multiple races now at these championships. They will know how they're feeling, how they're doing. They'll have expectations for day 5, and surprisingly, a lot of these swimmers will sort of know exactly how they're going to go here on day 5. You have a good, fair idea. You know what kind of form you're on. You know, so at 5-day meets, as much about managing expectations and managing your emotions as it is about just swimming fast. But this heat 14 now. Of course, the winner at the World Championships in Fukuoka in this event was Olympic champion from 2016, Ryan Murphy. So that was a great race he swam. I think it was a 52.1 maybe, just off the world record. The world record currently in this event held by Thomas Chekon of Italy, and that's a 51.6, 51.6 on 100 backstroke. Lightning fast. Scary, scary, scary. That's not a bad freestyle time, really. Okay, Mark Rocket, certainly living up to his name. And lane number 6, moving like a rocket down this. The back 50 coming into the last sort of 15 meters. Mark Rocket. He's got a 105 entry time. He's coming home. He's going to take this really comfortably. He's not going to get sub 60. That will eventually come for him. But Mark Rocket, 103.71. And Dominic French in a 105.4. And Yalzov in a 105.8 is the bronze medalist. Sorry, not the bronze medalist, excuse me. 3rd position. His results on your screen there, just confirming results of that race. Heat number 15. Waterston, Davis, O'Leary, Van Rensburg, Keating, Tabit, Mullen, Moan, Newman, and Howard. So we're getting slightly faster now in heat number 15. 104s all in the middle. 105s on the outside. So a bit of a slappy kind of start from David O'Leary in lane number 2. He needs to arch his back a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know if the wedge broke or something, but he had a real awful start for him. He's got a lot of work to do to come back. Heat number 5, and lane number 5 is Oisin Tabit, looking very, very strong, the NEC swimmer. And 2 lanes below him in 3 is Van Rensburg. So it is Tabit 29.0, Van Rensburg 29.9, and Newman 30.2. The banger man out top of your picture there in lane number 8. So Tabit, the local lad, the 18-year-old, he's entered in a 104.9. So he's storming home. Very powerful stroke, very powerful athletic build. Coming the whole way back here. Newman having a good back half as well. We saw him earlier in the 200-meter backstroke. He grabbed a medal. 101.14 for Tabit. Newman with a really nice swim there as well, and a 102.5. Good PB for Newman. And then the Trojan swimmer, Julian Van Rensburg. Then a 103.5. Got the 3rd position there. So on to heat 16, the penultimate heat before we get to the seeded heats. And we have Somerville, Keogh, Bui, Maher, Killen, Wong, Harris, Winston, and Switzer. So if you see those little sort of contraptions that are hanging off the blocks there, just left in your picture, they were only introduced a few years ago. Well, not a few years ago, good few years ago now. They're pretty much little wedges, little ledges that sort of clip onto the block, and then you can adjust the little ledge to whatever height you want. And when the backstroke swimmer starts, it's basically to stop their feet slipping. So it takes away that anxiety of your feet slipping on the wall on the start. So it's really added a new dimension to the backstroke start, where swimmers can really launch off, and really push through their feet and their toes to launch themselves back and out on the start. Beforehand, when that wasn't there, they had to be very aware that if they pushed too hard off the starting pad, that they would actually slip. So great addition to the swimming equipment roster. Number 5 is going to be Wong, Adrian Wong. Adrian Wong, 102.57. Anthony Maher, 102.98. And Keogh in lane number 1. He seemed pretty happy with that. 10-year swimmer, ripping his hat off with vicious intent there. So real somersault this meet now. Last day, before they'll have a big month off to go wild, before they'll have to go back to school and back to normality, back to training. So first to see it, heats Cudahy, Merrigan, Noonan, Zarin, Cousins, McLeod, Mathers, Nyland and Byrne. So Emma Cousins is our fastest qualifier and the first man to be seated on a sub 60 in a 59.95. So here we go, Emma Cousins looking very strong, and right above him is McLeod of ESB. It's Noonan, out in 2, sneaking in on 28.83 from McLeod, from Zarin, from Cousins. So Cousins, a wee bit of work to do here on the back end to live with the likes of the others. And here he comes, Cousins coming through, showing his class on this, the back end of heat 17 of the men's 100 metre backstroke. The 17-year-old new Ross swimmer, he's got a great back end, and he touches just over 60.14 for Emmett Cousins. Zarin and a 60.6. Noonan 60.9. McLeod couldn't do enough to hang on there. And heat number 18, second of our seed heats. We're going to see Tolba. Saw him yesterday. Fantastic 400 metre freestyle. So Shea, Woolley, Edgar, Cassidy, Tolba, Colgan, Shockey, Cormacan, Mason and Woolley. So Tolba and Shockey, 2 fantastic freestylers, up and comers for the future, based out in Hamilton in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. So again, it's only Tolba who's entered in a 59. We haven't seen a sub 60 swim yet from the men, but I expect to see it fairly soon enough, probably more than likely in this race. It looks like Charlie Cassidy of Dolphin is having a real strong go, and then Adam Colgan with a very long wingspan, just 2 lanes above him. 29.13 for Colgan, 28.7 Cassidy. So expect a strong back end from Tolba. We saw that in the fitness of that 400 metre freestyle last night. So here he comes, Tolba, he's coming through, but Colgan's hanging on really, really nicely. Colgan will be getting back for tonight's finals comfortably. Watch out for Shockey right above him with the high stroke rate. But it looks like it's Colgan. He's going to just sneak under 60. Yes, he will. 59.65. Tolba 60.1 and Shockey in a 60.7. one heat remaining of this 100 backstroke. And we have Harvey, Wren, Morgan, Chobot, Walsh, Hussey, Matamogu, Irwin, Rudd, Cook, and Balgosh of Larne in 9. So the final heat where the final places tonight will be decided. So really good start in lane number 5 from Matamoglu. Looking really, really strong. And then Control dials it back at a great start. Then dial back the stroke rate. And right above him in lane number 6, it looks like Nettie Irwin of the National Centre Limerick with a super strong opening 50. But it's Walsh Hussey in the middle, 28.87. Nettie Irwin, 28.9. So this is going to be tight enough. Coming down this back, 25. We've already had only the one sub-60. That was Adam Colgan in the last heat, but it's hard to call. It looks like maybe it's going to be Nettie Irwin maybe, or Walsh Hussey. Yeah, Walsh Hussey, 59.79. So only a couple of swimmers in the sub-60s this morning. But Walsh Hussey with a really sound race there. He's got a best time of 57.5, so expect a lot more from him tonight. And there's confirmation, and that concludes the men's 100-meter backstroke. Change of event now to the women's 400 metres individual medley, and we have 3 heats to bring you this morning. And for those of you who tuned in last night, you can see my voice hasn't fully recovered. It's maybe getting there. But I'm going to try and not get too excited this morning or this afternoon. I'm going to save it for the finals. So women's 400 metres individual medley. We'll have 3 heats this morning, and we're also going to have 3 heats this afternoon, some of the slower heats. So one of the toughest events on the swimming program, the women's 400 metres individual medley. Well, not just for women, men find it hard too. The 400 metre individual medley in itself, very, very tough event. Going through the field, we seem to have an absentee in 6 and 2. So Izzy Lannan is in 0 of Sligo, lane number 1. The Mallow swimmer, Daisy O'Toole. 3 is Saoirse Horgan of ESB. The Galway swimmer, Mulhall, is next to her. Edgar is in lane number 5 of Lisburn. Sarah Salai is in 7. Aoife Ferrick of Limerick is in 9. And Malkova of the Czech Republic is in lane number 9. So a very clear early leader here. It's the Galway swimmer, Mulhall. She's clearly got strength lying in butterfly. So 109.1 Mulhall, a good split of 36.7. Edgar 38.6. And slightly back then is Saoirse Dorgan. So 400 medley of an event that takes absolutely 0 prisoners. If you're not prepared for this event, you will get massively, massively found out. You can maybe get away with hiding in a 100 freestyle or something like that if you haven't maybe done the work. But in a 400 medley, if you haven't done the work, you'll finish so far behind. Because you need to be fit, you need to be conditioned, you need to have a little bit of turn of pace in all 4 of the strokes. And especially for that end freestyle, you need to be able to have a turn of leg pace and leg drive. So tough event to train for. But if you can sort of swim, I remember Michael Phelps' coach Bob Bowman, famous coach. He actually now coaches the same guy who broke Michael Phelps' 400 meters individual medley world record at this World Championship. So Bowman obviously coached Phelps his whole career. So all those crazy accolades and medals that Michael Phelps won. He now coaches out, I think it's in Indiana. No, it's not Indiana. It's Arizona, excuse me, at the college team there. He's the head coach of the men's team. And Leon Marchand swims under Bob Bowman. So Bob Bowman coaches Leon Marchand, the guy who broke Michael Phelps's what seemed almost unbeatable when it was done. I remember when it was done in 2008 at the Beijing Olympic Games, a 4:38. I remember watching it and going, I cannot believe somebody's gone that fast for 400 medley. And I didn't think I'd see it broken for a very long time, and it wasn't broken for a long time. But Marchand, coached by Bowman, was a 4:02 at this World Championships. The Frenchman, he's going to look to take home gold next summer in Paris. At a home Olympics for him. But Mulhall extending her lead now. Breaststroke, such an important part of this race. 3:19.6. The rest of the field trying to catch Emily Edgar of Lisburn in the 3:26.08. The closest to her, but she's going to finish comfortably ahead unless something really miraculous happens. I'm trying to see Emily Mulhall. She got some sort of tattoo on her left arm. Surely she's too young to have tattoos. Or maybe it's one of those little club transfer patches they put on for team morale. So here's Mulhall now with a really solid breaststroke. Legs coming right together in the middle. And Mulhall will be the first to move on to the freestyle. 4:08.84. And Edgar 4:14 in second. So Mulhall's a 5:28 best time. It'd be great if she could get under that, maybe under even 5:20 would be fantastic for her. So expect big enough PBs here. And expect all these swimmers. I spoke about barriers in the different swimming events yesterday. I suppose a barrier for the women's 400 metres individual medley, especially at a age groupers wanting to push on to that more elite level, would be a sub 5 minutes. Sub 5 minutes is really, you're beginning to get very good if you can go sub 5 minutes on a 400 medley. But Mulhall, the Galway swimmer, extending her lead the whole way from Emily Edgar of Lisburn. She may just be over that 5:20 mark, but she's best time of 5:28. She'll be under that, maybe a 5:23 or so. 5:22.92. Mulhall, that's a fantastic swim for her. Edgar, 5:30.85, and then a real gutsy swim coming from lane number 3. Saoirse Dorgan, the ESB swimmer, my co-commentator for a lot of the week, India McGlynn's old club. We have two more women's 400 medleys to bring you. Before moving on to some men's 200 medleys. And then we got some 50-meter butterflies, and then finishing off with some relays, which will be always good fun to watch. Bring a bit of energy to the place. Okay, full field, it looks like. Yep, full field in this, the second heat. Heat 5 of 6 in total of the women's 400 metres individual medley. Going through the field, lead number 0, Shauna Murphy, Michelle O'Shea, Hazel Bentley, Tony Jameson, Hannah McCaberry, Hannah O'Connor, Hannah O'Shea. Wow, trio of Hannahs in the middle. Clara Doherty, 7, Eva Baleen, 8, and Eva Walsh, 9. So triple threat between the 3 Hannahs in the middle. dolphin swimmer. It's Hannah O'Shea who takes the lead here, 31.77. So a very, very nice early start here. If you can set up your stroke in the fly and build a good lead, makes that 400 medley so much easier. It really, really does. So she's out in a 108, 1.8 is O'Shea. Tony Jameson and Eva Bailey, hard to split in the 110s. So bringing you some news from the Irish contingent at the World Swimming Championships in Fukuoka. The women's 4x100 meters individual medley, the Irish team have finished in 13th position. So 13th position. So as it stands, they have got an Olympic spot in that relay. Top 16 go to Paris. So how it's working, because it's a World Championships in Doha in February because of COVID, you know, they're having to fit all the World Championships in. Usually the top 16 will automatically qualify from the World Championships 1 year out. But how they're working it is the top 3 from this World Championships qualify automatically, and then the remaining 13 teams will be decided at the next World Championships in Doha. So as it stands, if nobody goes faster, they will be going. They were 4:01.2, and the men as well also finished 13th. They had they actually swam a lot better than I thought they would. The Irish team, they're also in 13th, so exactly the same applies to them. The team of Conor Ferguson, Dara Green, Max McCusker, and Shane Ryan. So very, very interesting to see how that unfolds over the next, 9 months or so. And great to have another relay team for Ireland at an Olympic Games. So back to a bit of action now at the pool. Hannah O'Shea, she was leading after the fly, and she's leading by about maybe 7 or 8 meters at this point. Coming into this, the 250 meter mark before she comes down the pool for her second 50 of the breaststroke leg. O'Shea splitting 46.8, but a nice breaststroke splitting in number 1 from Michelle O'Shea. She was a 44 split on that, so she's clearly got a breaststroke strength in her locker. So it is in lane number 6, Hannah O'Shea of Dolphin. She's got an entry time of 5:18.1. So sub 5:10's got to be the goal for her coming into this meet. She's not going to quite get there, I don't think, here, but a sub 5:15 would be a good PB for her. So Hannah McCabre in the middle of Lurgan's got an entry time of 5:09. She's not going to get near that on this one. But O'Shea exhibiting real class on this, the freestyle. She's up the stroke rate visibly compared to the other swimmers in the pool. And Hannah O'Shea of Dolphin, it's a 4:40.85. Wee bit of a battle developing, but not so much anymore. McCabre coming through, the fastest qualifier. She was a 35.98. Split there, but there's no doubt who's going to take this. The heat number 5 and the second heat of this morning's sessions in the women's 4 medley. Coming the whole way down the pool. She's going to be back for finals tonight, no problem. Hannah O'Shea slightly over her best time and a 5:15.74. What a good swim from McCabre, 5:19.7. So all these swimmers will be back for tonight's finals, you would think. So there's confirmation of your results. Big range there. So last heat of the women's 4IM. Not a big split actually in this one. Rebecca Friel being the fastest qualifier in a 5:07. Good few misses in this one. No lane 1, no lane 5, no lane 7. And no lane, let me stand up and have a look, and no lane 0 as it looked as well. So a lot out. So okay, Paige Austin Burrows goes in 2, Megan Jones 3, Rebecca Friel 4, Eva Bailey is 6 of New Ross. And lane number 8, Eva McNamara. And lane number 9, Sardawai Naji of New Ross. So probably not too uncommon to see some scratches for the 400 IM on the last day of racing. 400 IM is a very grueling event. You've got to be not only physically up for it, but you have to be very much mentally up for it. Because it's very, very daunting to go in knowing it's going to hurt, knowing you're going to have to suffer for about 5 minutes. It's not the same as jumping in and doing a 50 free like I used to do. Only lasts 20-something seconds and it's over. It doesn't really hurt. Well, most of the time it didn't hurt for me. So 400 medley, definitely a tough one to mentally get up for. But Megan Jones is our early leader, the Portmarnock swimmer, at a 1:11.47. Eva Bailey in 6 looks quite astute as well. But I've just noticed something on the left-hand side. You can see, just on your shot, we'll see it when the swimmers come back. We've got the next heat getting ready to get in the water, which is the men's 200 meters individual medley. But a lot of those swimmers are already stood behind the block, stripped of their clothing and ready to go. So they're in their racing suits. They don't have their clothes on. So they're losing heat. They're losing body heat. So a big part of performance swimming at a high level, if you watch the World Championships, if you flick over here just after this session to watch the last day of World Championships, you will not see a single swimmer, well, you may see the odd one walking out for their race without a load of clothes on, whether it's a jumper, a hoodie, a t-shirt, trousers. Keeping your body warm before your race is a massive important factor, keeping your muscles warm. There's been a lot of studies to show that if your muscles cool down even slightly before your race, that can impact performance. So you can see them now, all these swimmers stood ready. These 400 medley girls still have 200 meters to go. So they're going to be hanging about there, losing body heat for another 3 minutes or so, maybe longer, 3 or 4 minutes. So a good trick. Anybody listening, any swimmers listening, keep your clothes on, keep your tracksuit on as long as you can before you race. And it might make that slight difference that you're looking for, trust me. Swimming's all about fine margins. Megan Jones still a leader in 3. Coming under some pressure from Rebecca Friel in number 4. (3:21.51) for Jones. So she's coming through here. Really quite comfortable in the yellow hat there. That's a great shot. Look how they break the water as their heads come through, cutting through the water. That's a brilliant shot. And as well here, folks, there's a great photography team taking photos of all the swimmers. I think the company is called the Photo Guys, but I may be mistaken. But they have a couple of photographers going around the pool just taking action shots of all the swimmers before they race, after they race, during the pool, all the different strokes, and they're available to purchase here at the NAC, and I'm sure online as well, so check them out. There'll be a link on the Swimrunning website, I'm sure. But Jones. Bit of a race going on, what we like to see, even in the heats, between Jones and Frail in the middle. And they're going to be eyeballing each other now during this last 50 metres. Both of them will make it back for tonight's final, so no worries about that. Wow, 0.04 separating them. It's very hard to call. It looks like Frail, maybe with a little bit more energy, more pop to her stroke. So here comes now Rebecca Frail, our fastest qualifier and our fastest seed into this final heat of the women's 4 medley. She's got a best time of 5:07. She's going to be miles over that, but not to worry. She'll be back for tonight's final for a shot at it. She's going to be a sub 5:20 though. Yep, 5:19.39. Rebecca Frail of Trojan, closely followed by Megan Jones of Portmarnock. Time not came up yet, but it will. And Eva Bailey was in third for 5:24. Yeah, there's Jones, 5:22.64. And a change of event. Well, as my voice went for the first time this morning, folks. I did well the last about an hour. Change of event onto the men's 200 medley. We're just bringing you the 5 heats this morning, and we'll have 16 heats in the afternoon session to look forward to. And then after this, we're just on to some 50s. So men's 2 medley. I assume Casson will be going in the last heat. Love watching him. He's a real premium talent of Irish swimming. Swims out of National Centre Limerick. And coming up very shortly, folks, is a really big moment for Irish swimming. It's Daniel Whiffen is going for gold in the men's 1,500 metres at the World Swimming Championships in Fukuoka. That race should take place. Let me see what time it says on the start list. It should take place roughly at about 12:15 Irish time. So tune in for that. Make sure you tune in for that, folks. He's going in lane number 5. He's the second fastest qualifier for that event. So if he can bring home a medal, that would be unbelievable. They're actually going to show it on the big screen here before the start of the middle session. So running through the field very quickly. In this heat number 17 of 21, we have Murphy, Merrigan, Bramham, Lanigan, Mason, Coyle, Mallet, Walsh, Garvey and O'Driscoll. And it's Lanigan, 28.5 from Cian Mason at 29.1. So we're going for a 400 medley to a 200 medley. A 200 medley very much a strange event, more like a sprint, because tactically all over the place. Don't really have any kind of awareness of how you feel on it. I used to do it when I was a junior. You know, you feel like you have to sprint the fly a wee bit. And the backstroke, you got to keep the tempo up, so you feel like you're sprinting that. And then the breaststroke is so important. You're always told, don't die off on the breaststroke, up the tempo on the breaststroke, so you feel like you're sprinting that. And then when it comes to a freestyle, well, it's the last length, so you have to sprint that. So very, very hard event to get right and to manage your energy systems throughout. So breaststroke will really, really split the field here on medley. You'll hear it, not only myself commentating, but if you watch other commentators at other competitions, they'll talk about how breaststroke is so important for medley. If you have a really poor breaststroke, forget it. You're not going to be a good medley swimmer. So breaststroke usually not people's number one strokes. Generally not, unless you're a breaststroker. So important to really work on breaststroke and breaststroke kick. You have to have a strong breaststroke kick. Not only are you doing the breaststroke within the medley, you're doing it after 100 metres, the third leg, so you're doing it already on the fatigue. So you have to be really, really technically astute to really reap the benefits of having a good breaststroke in the medley. But a wee battle going on here between lane number 6, Aidan Matt of Lisburn, and lane number 4, that's Cian Mason of Kingdom. And then creeping up above him in lane number 7, it is Owen Walsh of Swim Belfast. I think it's going to be the Lisburn swimmer. Yes, it is. Aidan Mallet in a 32.97 last 50. Cian Mason 220.4 and Owen Walsh in a 220.4 as well, just 2 100ths back. Okay, we have Byrne, Ramchandani, Griffin, McCarthy, Lurens, Irwin, French, Switzer, Rusk and O'Connor making up Heat 18, Heat 2 of 5 for this morning's heats, and this is the 200 medley. And we have a DNS in lane number 5, that is Nettie Irwin. We just saw him in the 100 backstroke, so obviously opting to focus on that and rest up for finals tonight. So swim down is so important, and managing your energy levels very important on day 5 of a competition. You know, the World Championships at the minute, that's an 8-day competition that concludes today. So 8 days, swimmers have got to manage energy levels, manage emotions. You know, it's a very, very tough part of swimming that isn't really documented on too much. And you see these swimmers at international competitions seemingly getting in and racing fast almost every day. You know, it's very difficult. There's a lot of time spent in recovery and massage, swim downs, you know, certain stretching, ice baths. There's so much goes into it. Nutrition, sleep, foam rolling. There is a lot goes into it outside of the pool. Not just what you see. What you see here is the finished product, pretty much. Lurens is comfortably ahead in a 103.9. Great shot there. Lurens opting to have the goggles over the top of the hat as opposed to under the hat. I always prefer to have my goggles, put my goggles on first and then put my hat on. I always felt that the goggles might slip off or something, but it's personal preference. But Lurens coming in now comfortably first, but closely followed in number 2 by Ryan Griffin. Ryan Griffin had a fantastic, and I mean a fantastic breaststroke leg at a 42.2, some 3 seconds quicker than Lurens. So it just shows you the different strengths of the strokes for each of these swimmers. So having a real go as well, lane number 6, Dominic French of Sligo. Looks like he might actually end up getting the touch. It's very hard to call. It is going to be French right at the end. 2:21.79 for him. What a fantastic back 50 that was. Griffin with that great breaststroke leg in a 2:22.1. Switzer snuck in there also for a 2:22, and Lurens dropped off from Switzer in a 2:22.4. Moving on to the first of our seeded heats, Price, Quinn, Moran, Kilcoyne, Rinn, Cummings, Newman, Fane and Peschke. DNS in lane number 3. So the entry time for Kilcoyne is a very fast 2:09.9. He's some 5 seconds clear of the field on entry time alone. But bottom of your picture there in lane number 1, Jerry Quinn, the Longford swimmer, took a retirement option a couple of years ago in the pool. but he's opted to get back in. And he is only training for a number of months, maybe only 3 or 4 months, been back in the water. But he was a phenomenal 200-meter freestyle swimmer, swam out in Florida Gators under coach Greg Troy. There, now Anthony Nesty taking over that program. But Jerry Quinn just loves racing and racing fast. Now back swimming in Longford, so just seeing what he can do with the Paris Olympics just 1 year away. Kilcoyne, no surprises there, 59.97. And then number 1, Jerry Quinn, like I mentioned, having a strong backstroke leg. He was our 200-meter freestyle champion on day 2, I think it was now. Maybe day 1, unsure. But real grit and determination, but real class from Ronan Kilcoyne in lane number 4, the National Centre Limerick swimmer. Kilcoyne 138.3, Quinn 140.4, way ahead of the rest of the field. Rin in a 144.5, but Kilcoyne coasting through now to make this final tonight. He's already been sub 210, so maybe just over that. We'll have to see. But he looks to be really strong coming home here. Ronan Kilcoyne coming under the 5 meter flags. He's actually going to get under, is he? Yes, he is. 2:09.58 for Kilcoyne. Jerry Quinn, the Irish international swimmer, in a 2:12.86. And then Cormac Rin, 2:14.8. Strong freestyle for him in a 30.3. Probably had too much left, so maybe he needs to attack one of the other legs a little bit more, maybe that backstroke or breaststroke leg. So on to the penultimate heat now. Not too many swimmers in this one, just the 4. Just the 8. We have Chobot, Horgan, Donnellan, Hamilton, Zerin, O'Loughlin, Brophy, Mulhall and Hughes. So a number of scratches from this one. So lane number 8, John Mulhall with nice clean water to the left and right of him. Top of your picture there, the green hat. But out fast. First is Mehmet Zerin of Brompton. And he's looking really comfortable. Here 26.61. Donnellan 27.50 and Hamilton at 28.33. So I suppose on day 5 of this meet, fatigue is setting in. You can maybe, a lot of these more experienced swimmers will maybe coast the heats a wee bit more. They won't put 100% in, max effort in the heats. They will hang fire, go maybe at 70 to 80%. Get a good time, get back for finals tonight, and then give it their go in the finals. Give it their 100% effort in the finals. Because sometimes by day 5, having 2 max 200 medleys in you is very, very hard. Your body's hanging on now on day 5. So a break most definitely welcome for a lot of these swimmers coming into August. So 2 clear leaders like there was in the last heat with Kilcoyne and Quinn. This time it is lane number 5, Mehmet Zerin, who leads slightly from Cormac Donnellan of Glenalbyn. So looking quite nice in the all-white cap of Zerin, representing Brompton, the 17-year-old. He's entered on a 2:12.7. He's just going to be over that, I think. It is Zerin, 2:12.81, just over his best time. But a great swim nonetheless. Donnellan came back really well too, 2:13.4. And O'Loughlin Brophy in a 2:15.6. And that's the penultimate heat in the books. Confirmation on your screen. And we're moving on to the final 200 medley, featuring the exciting Mr. Jack Casson, Irish junior record holder in multiple events, an Irish senior record holder in the men's 400 meters individual medley. I'm not sure if he has the long course. I don't think he does. I think that is Brendan Hyland. Let me just check. I'm going to check my notes here. Who holds the long course Irish senior record? It is Hyland, yeah, in a 2:01.5, set back in 2019 now at the Irish Championships. So watch out for Casson's fly. He's a real class act on all the strokes, but his butterfly, I think, is just really, really great to watch. Really good leap as well. I like that a lot from Casson. Okay, running down the field, we have in lane number 0, Howard at 1, Rinn 2, Cousins, no swimmer in 3, 4, Casson, 5, Wilson, 6, Dunyan, 7, Sardawai Naji, 8, Bulger, 9, Cardwell. So absolutely no surprises. Casson first, 26.8. He's got best time of 2:03.1. So he's got to be chasing that Irish senior record of Brendan Hyland. It's been held for too long. And he'll want to add the 200 meters, the 200 meters individual medley record to his 400 meters individual medley record, which stands at a 4:22. So he may get there tonight. He may get there this morning. Who knows? Well, you need to be under 60 though, Jack, to be going for that record. So looks like he's not really expending too much energy. Look how high his shoulders get. Look how he shrugs his shoulders up towards his ears to allow himself that real range to get the hands right through. That's a real sign of a good breaststroke or somebody shrugs right up like that. And the timing of Casson's breaststroke is really, really nice. But having a great swim as well, right above him is Adam Wilson, Banbridge swimmer, now swimming out in Loughborough University. And Dunyan looks to be in the 3rd position, the National Centre Ulster swimmer. So Casson, 1:30.3. He's just going to coast. Yeah, he's switching off here. Just like I mentioned in the previous heat, he's just going to coast, and he's just going to absolutely bomb it tonight and see what he has. So don't expect maybe if Wilson might even pass him here, he'll not be too bothered. But Casson all the way, a little bit up in the leg kick to make sure he wins. Love to see that. 2:09.1. Adam Wilson, 2:10.8. So a little burst of pace there for Casson to get the touch. And Dunyan in a 2:13.3. Not a bad swim for Dunyan, actually. I think that's a personal best time for him. He'll be happy with that. Hasn't got the results he maybe wanted this week, but that's the way swimming goes. You don't always get better every time. And sometimes even swimmers who have been training very, very well, you know, for months and months, swimming personal best times in training, they come to race and it doesn't quite happen. That's okay. All that work you've done over the last number of months will last you into the next cycle as well. So don't be disheartened, swimmers. If maybe you haven't done, you know, a best time, you will get there eventually if you stick at it. Okay, on to the 50 meters butterfly for women. So we have the women's 50 fly, the men's 50 fly, and then we have some medley relays to bring you, which will be always great fun. Lots of medley relays actually to bring you. So, and the winners, of course, will be decided this morning in that event. No finals for that. So heat number 3 of the women's 50 fly. Brennan, Keogh, Russell, Lannon, Creaney, Kenny, Hegarty, Keeleen, Henry and Cash. Full field here. There's going to be 11 heats run this morning. So it looks like the centre lane, lane number 5, Kenny Bridget Kenny of Shark, looking very, very strong. You got to try and limit your breathing on this fly. On top of your picture as well, lane number 8. It's Isa Henry looking strong also. It is Bridget Kenny, 31.14 from Creaney and a 31.32. Good swimming, girls. Under their seeded times. On to heat number 4. We'll fly through these heats, folks. There won't be much time to waste. We have Dylan, Farrington Knight, Samir, Jess, Glennon, Murphy, Highland, Byrne, Kamara, and Newsom. And Kamara in the number 8 is a DNS, as you can see there. Into the water they go. Good reaction time there by Alison Highland in lane number 6. She's up first. Looking really, really high stroke rate coming down. This the first 25 metres. You want to try and build this race. You don't want it slip water on the first 2 or 3 strokes because you'll not get it back. You need to feel like you're building, and then by this time, 15 metres out, you need to be really, really going. It's very hard to call. It maybe is still Highland in lane number 6. It's going to be interesting who gets a touch, and it is Highland, yes. 31-31. Farrington Knight second, and Alison Dillon all the way out in lane 0. And 31-8 with the 3rd position. Heat number 5. Joyce, Blake, Kavanagh, Marks, Lawless, Taff, Dickens, Blake, and Hall. And we're away. First time. Hard to call that off the start. I think is that another? No, it's the Wexford swimmer, Roshi and Lawless. Maybe looks to have the slight advantage. A nice, intentful stroke rate coming from lane number 7. That is Emily Dickens in the blue hat right there. She's looking super, super strong as well, limiting her breaths. And I think it actually might be her who's going to take the touch here. I think so. Dickens and Joyce at the bottom of your picture managed to have a great swim to get in 2nd position. Amy Hall 3rd. All right, heat number 6. Solon, McKenna, Falls, Redden, Pakova, Leiden, Harrington, Graham, and Setch. Good reaction there from lane number 5. Very, very good. That is Pagakova of the Czech Republic. Reaction time very important on the 50s. You know, if you react 0.1, 0.2 slower, well, that's 0.1, 0.2 off your time. So work on those reactions. Lots of drills you can look up on YouTube. Different tennis ball drills, catching tennis balls, reacting to things. Really, really good to do those drills. So it looks like number 7, actually, Eva Harrington of Sunday as well. Looks to be coming in super strong. It's all about the touch, though. Yeah, Harrington, 31-28 for her. Good swim. Olivia Leiden, Rebecca Graham, and Pagakova in 4th. Number 7, Randalls, Curry, Swinburne, Baird, Salai, Ledgerwood, Fabian, Pepper, Lynch, and Yelverton. And here we go, a bit of a slow reaction time from Ledgerwood in 5, which has had a very good underwater, and she actually might come up near the top. 2 below her, though, at the 25-metre mark in lane number 3. It is Shannon Baird of Ballymoney. She looks super strong as well. Falling a bit back now, and it's the Shark swimmer in 6. Fabian absolutely flying, super high stroke rate, and even above her in 8. It looks like Amy Lynch on Sunday as well. No, it's Fabian 30.2, Lynch 30.6, Ledger Ward 30.8. Flying through these heats this morning. Okay, heat 8 coming up now. We have Teague, Jameson, Kotsiskova, Phillips, Winterbach, Silutina, Gleason, Brown, Doran, and Sofia Delgado in 9. And we're all the way. And this heat number 8 of 12 in the women's 50 meters butterfly. Very hard to call, but looks like top of your picture, lane number 8, Sophie Doran of Larne, having a storming first 50 meters, or 50 meters, excuse me, 25 meters. Here she comes the whole way to the finish. She needs to keep her head down here. It is going to be Doran. She touches in a 30.38, just off that sub 30 that I'm sure she's desperately aiming for. But a very good swim from her. Winterbach second, and Silutina of Cookstown in third. Okay, heat 9. Last heat before we move into some seeded heats. We have Bailey, Noble, Marriage, Ledan, O'Hara, Mulhall, Allende, Williams, Bailey, and Kennedy. Good tight dive there in number 4. That is Brogan O'Hara of Leander. She looked really, really strong off the dive there. 25-year-old will get a better idea, and it is O'Hara who looks to be pushing the pace in lane number 4. Keeping that low head position, top of your picture as well. Very hard to call coming under the flags here. I think maybe Ciara Williams got a good shout. That is O'Hara, 29.87 just from Williams. And we have our first sub 30 of this morning's session in the women's 50 fly. It goes to Brogan O'Hara of Leander in 29.87. Okay, first of our shaded heats, we have Jones, McGrath, Mulhall, Semchi, Kershka, Stemp, McCall, Poynton, Ivory, and Malloy. Sharon Semchi with that fantastic win in the women's 200-meter butterfly last night. Let's see how she fares in the sprint edition of the stroke. This is the 50. And very, very early doors. It looks like lanes 4 and 5, Kershka and Stemp, the two foreign swimmers, having a real go at this one in heat number 10. Only 2 heats to come after this, so these swimmers need to be on their game if they want to get back for the A finals. They don't know what's to come after. Right in the middle though, yeah, Kershka 28.8. 28.8. Sub 29 now. So the times dropping, and you can see the change in class. So Kershka 28.8, Stemp 28.9, and McCaw third position. I think it was a 29.0. Okay, penultimate heat, heat number 11. We have O'Brick, O'Shea, Conroy, Trait, Rooney, Paisley, Kaisalova, Kelly, Aiken, and Salah. Lane number 9. Super reaction from lane number 5. That is Talalula Paisley. Fantastic reaction right off the gun. She should be ahead of 50, at 25, excuse me, and she is. She's looking super strong, but actually piercing through the water very fast is the swimmer in lane number 4, Cora Rooney, and a skill, and she's swimming super quick as well. It's going to be hard to get the touch coming into the wall. It looks like it's going to be Paisley, 28-3, almost in that 27 mark, but hangs on to take the first. Cora Rooney 28-7, and Kaisalova of the Czech team in 29-32. Final heat, we have Simeons, Austin Burrows, Phelan, Allen, McDougall, Witten, Logan, Fane, Marriott, and Donegan. Jenna McDougall, our fastest qualifier, 27.67, so 26 got to be the goal, surely. Try and push down those barriers, and as expected, McDougall, comfortable swim coming down the first 25, but above her she's facing some pressure from Rosie Witten of Swim Belfast. Swim Belfast having a strong meet. Recently merged City of Belfast club with Templemore to make the new club Swim Belfast. Top of your picture. Very hard to call. Oh, McDougall 28.5, Marriott 28.7, and Heather Fane 28.99. So that concludes the girls. Before we have the boys up for the fly and our last individual event of this morning, the men's 50 fly. Great. Men's fly. Men's 50 fly starting off with heat number 4. So we have, here in this, we have Panov, Flynn, Bowen, Hall, Pang, Wilson, Van Rensburg, Mann, Peshka, and Martin. So very obvious leader in the green hat there. Just to the right of your shot, in lane number 6, it is Julian Van Rensburg of Trojan. He's going to take the first position here in the first heat of the 50-meter fly, I think. Yes. 27.58, Flynn 27.8, and Jacob Martin gets the third position, 28.0. Okay, on to heat number 5 of 13, we have Gray, Martin, Lapko, Bradley, Velick, Hayes, Comerford, Houlihan, Dixon, and Shobanian. Okay, first time, good reaction in lane number 6 from Cian Comerford of Tala. All these swimmers will want to limit their breaths as best they can on this event. The less you breathe, the less up and down movement you have, the faster you're going to go. The Shark swimmer in 8, Ewan Dixon, looking really, really strong. Sharks having a real tradition here of fast sprinters. So it looks like it is going to be Dixon. Yes, 8 and 9. Dixon, Trubanian, Houlihan, 26.9 for sub-27 of the morning. Okay, heat number 6. Okay, we have Lipscomb, Garvey, Hanley, Cody, Cox, McCarthy, Wright, Holmes, Kolak, and Middleton. Very, very hard to kind of call at the moment. It looks like Paul Cox, really strong, athletic build. Does a lot of gym work. You can tell by his body shape, real strong bloke. Paul Cox coming in. Lane number 4 looks to be powering through. He was entered in a time of 27.97. He's going to go well under that. Yeah, 26.92 for him. Donegal McCarthy, 27.55. And Zach Holmes at a 27.90. Heat number 7, Price, O'Grady, O'Loughlin, Brophy, Woolley, McAteer, Ramchandani, Mitchell, Howard, and McGann, sorry, that is. Okay, speeding up now. We should be getting into the 26 sort of mid-range for a lot of these swimmers. Very good start up in lane number 7. That is Bradley Mitchell of Swim Belfast. They're having a good meet. Said that before. The recently merged clubs between Templemore and City of Belfast. So coming the whole way down, it looks like it is going to be Bradley Mitchell, or right below him maybe. No, O'Loughlin Brophy came back really strong. Killian O'Loughlin Brophy of Coolmine at a 26.99, the only man sub 27 in that heat. Ethan Hard in third. And we do have Barry Murphy coming up again in this one. We saw him last night, a 38-year-old, a London 2012 Olympian. Making a comeback after 9 years, back in the water. He's just faded in that 50 breast to get the win, but he's going to have his work cut out in this 50 fly to beat Callum Bain in a few heats' time. Okay, heat number 8, O'Connor, Fane, Toomey, Lanigan, Fagan, Griffin, Sardaway, Nagy, and Maguire. So, as much as it looks like these guys are putting in 100%, you almost want to race this event at about 97, 98%. As detailed as that sounds, you can't go full 100% max because you'll just tighten up. You'll not be able to feel the water. You've got to stay relaxed. And it looks like Kyle Fagan, 27.60, a bit of drop in time from the last heat, but a very close race, that one. From Maguire, from Toomey. You have to stay very, very relaxed. You almost have to. When I saw him 50 fly, I had to consciously tell myself, almost don't try on the first 25, 30 meters, because you're ready to go anyway. Your body's primed. Your body knows what it's ready to do. And I dove in. I just had to let it happen for that first 25, 35 meters, and then sort of pick up the back end. So it's almost about dialing back and being able to find that sweet spot of relaxed aggression. We're on to heat 9 here. Ryan, George, Bulger, Winston, Beme, Trainer, O'Driscoll, Wong, Moan, and Smith. So looks the early leader. Oh, it's very, very blanket, isn't it? Put a blanket over them, you'll cover them all. Maybe top of your picture in lane number 7. It is Wong of Trojan, but it's extremely hard to call. And it's going to be about who finishes on a full stroke. Impossible to call. And it's Eamon Smith, at 26.83 at lane 9, sneaking in. Good swim for him. That's a big lifetime best for Eamon Smith. Adrian Wong and Matthew Moen got second and third position. Okay, heat number 10, the last heat before our seeded heats. Byrne, Rinn, Woods, Kennedy, Maher, Lawrence, Davis, Rinn, Mallers, and Woolley. And we're away. Good dive there. I think it was lane number 4. Maher of Sligo, real explosive start. Lane number, he actually pushed it quite close to 15 there. He needs to be careful. Doesn't go past that 15 mark, the Sligo man. But just below him, looks like maybe with the early lead is the Galway swimmer, which that is Kennedy. But again, lane number 7 looks good, and does lane number 9, James Woolley, maybe actually coming in. No, Cormac Rinn In lane number 7, 26.8. Anthony Maher, 26.9. James Woody, 26.9 also. So a trio of swimmers under the 27 barrier. So here we go on the heat number 11. Here is Barry Murphy, lane number 5, the 38-year-old. He's beside the young talent, Dylan Registe. European Junior Championships competitor for Ireland, the Lisburn swimmer. He's just raw speed, raw twitch. Not known for maybe his technical proficiency, but he's absolutely got raw speed. There's Murphy. Real twitch off the block. So let's see how the fly looks, Barry. Barry Murphy, look at him serving through the water. He's opting to, I think, breathe every few strokes. Head coming up quite high, but look how good he looks. Dylan Registe right beside him. Dylan Registe has got so much speed on this back half, but Barry Murphy looks fantastic. Here he comes all the way into the wall. Barry Murphy tying up a little bit. 25.06. Barry Murphy. Absolutely love to see it. Takes the win. Representing Guinness. Dylan Registe with good speed in a 25.24. Michael Keogh in a 25.8. Good swim for Registe. Love seeing that there. Murphy, can't wait to watch him again tonight. Okay, on the heat 12, we have O'Neill, Shockey, Morgan, Kay, Bailey, Mahatamukogu, Hamilton, O'Connor, Lynch, and Fitzmaurice. So Evan Bailey, the standout here. Another great junior swimmer, 24.79. So watch out for the start of Bailey. Very good underwater swimmer. And away Evan Bailey, first time. Great shot of him diving in there, but a great start in 25 in lane number 5, excuse me. That is Matalagogu. And he looks really, really strong. And the New Ross swimmer, Evan Bailey, right below. Coming in up in the breathe, pretty much every stroke is going to be an absolute touch. It's going to be so hard to call. Bailey actually quite comfortably in the end. He had a great last 10 metres. Evan Bailey, 25.0. And then Matoglu in a 25.69 and Kay in a 25.87. So on the last heat now, watch out for the start of Callum Bain. He is one of the best starters in the world, Callum Bain. Callum Bain's speed on the 50-metre freestyle to about 30, 35 metres is absolutely world class. There's not too many better. Bain in 4. Ahmed, McLeod, Eatwell, McKinnon, Bain, Leggett, Colgan, McAviney and Flanagan. Watch the explosion of Bain off the blocks here. Explodes in and very, very hardly any splash from Bain. And Bain coming through. Nice controlled stroke here as he comes through. He won't take a breath. He may take one this morning actually if he's chilling. I'm watching, he hasn't taken one yet. He's a body length clear. He's taken one breath. I doubt he'll take another one. Coming into the finish, Callum Bain looking quite strong, nice and controlling the finish. The rate dropping. He took it nice and easy. 24.31. Wow. Good swim, Mr. Bain. He's been down around the 23s, I think, in his best time. Yeah, he would have been. So Callum Bain, good swim. 24.31. Thomas Leggett, 25.2. And McKinnon in 25.5. Colgan and Eatwell, 25.86 and 87. Only 1/100th splitting them. And we have a number of 4x100 meters medley relay heats to bring you. just as the officials get set up during the finishing end of the pool. So we have 3 heats in the women's 400 meters medley relay. Full heats to look like after for heats 2 and 3. So this is a heat declared winner event. For those of you that don't know what that is, or have maybe heard people talk about heat declared winner and don't really know what it is. Heat declared winner is when you pretty much declare the medals from the heats. You don't have a finals. So what that means is whatever time you set, if there's, in this instance there's 3 different heats, whatever time you set in this race is your time. So you may win your race by 40 seconds, but if a team in the next heat goes faster than you, then you're bumped down a position. So we have to keep an eye on the times here this morning and try and remember who's in first, second position, etc. So number 2 we have Terrier, and number 3 Banbridge, 4 Lisburn, 5 Templemore, 6 Sharks, and 7 the Terrier B team. So tight enough start amongst all teams here. Lisburn A team first in a 1:10.6. Closely followed by Banbridge A, and then followed by Tableau A. Okay, strong breaststroke leg here for the Lisburn swimmer, it looks like, in the 1:46.69. Lisburn and Banbridge having a good battle, and tight to call. So 2 lengths of each of the strokes in the 4x100 meters medley relay. A great one to watch. The 4x1 medley relay final for men and women will be going. The World Championships will be going live in very soon, in only about 3 hours' time. And the Irish contingent, the men and female medley relay teams, finished 13th to conclude their, well, a lot of those swimmers' World Championships journey for 2023. At the moment, good enough to book them an Olympic spot in Paris next year. But expect potentially teams to go faster, only top 16 make it. Here we go, Lisburn still holding the advantage. This is the Lisburn A team, made up of Isla Henry, Ava McNamara, Tony Jameson now in the pool for them, and Jessica Robson goes in last for the freestyle. So very, very tight. And number 3 Banbridge also hanging tight. Their team is made up of Mia Mulholland, Darcy Walker, Eliza Logan, and the 17-year-old Anna McKernan as well. So they're not going away. A bit of a local battle going on here. A bit of a very, very tight county down battle. Well, here we go. And Lisburn with a slight advantage, so it's going to all be on the freestyler. We've seen Jessica Robson in the pool, and we've also seen Anna McKernan in the pool this week. And Anna McKernan's got a massive, massive leg kick. Look at the drive coming from the legs. She's got real intent to chase down. And folks, this feeling that Anna McKernan will have now, where you're chasing down someone on a relay, is a feeling as a swimmer you rarely, rarely get. You somehow get this more energy, you get this burst of pace that you wouldn't usually have. As soon as you can smell blood and want to chase swimmers down, let me tell you, it's real. Not quite being able to chase her down at the moment, but it's absolutely a fantastic feeling. You get a massive burst of energy, but Lisburn are going to hold on, definitely, and take a top spot in this one. So we need to keep an eye on their time for the next few heats to see if they can hang on to win the gold. So at the moment, time, it looks like it's going to be about a 4:38, 4:39, 4:38.33 for Lisburn, Banbridge in a 4:38, or sorry, a 4:40.7 and short back there. So Lisburn 4:38.33 and Banbridge second. They gave it a good go in that freestyle, but couldn't quite muster up speed to chase them down. So remember that time, folks. 4:38.33. So heat number 2 now, they'll be looking to beat that, and it's qualification there for Terranure B team. Probably for a flyer, as is known in the swimming world. A flyer when you do your relay takeover before the swimmer in front has touched. So very easy to do. 4:38, the fastest now, going into heat number 2. Looks like we got a full team. No, we don't have a lane number 0, Sligo away team. Opted not to swim. Away first time then on the women's 400 medley relay. Look out for Lauren in the middle, always strong on relays. Although no Danielle Hill here for them, she was at the World Championships representing Ireland. Phenomenal, multiple Irish relay record holder is Danielle Hill. Been on the scene for a very long time now. Probably one of Ireland's, no, not probably, she is Ireland's greatest ever female sprinter. Didn't have the best worlds for her by her standards, but you know, anybody knows Danielle, her determination, she'll be back stronger than ever for the Olympic year next year. So it is Lauren Louisa Humphreys in lane number 4, but having a really strong back half in lane number 5. It's also Aoife Doran of Aer Lingus. Aer Lingus always love a relay, don't they? They're always there. Our coach Alan Turner loves to encourage the relays for his Aer Lingus swimmers. And coming into the touch, it is Aer Lingus ahead of Lauren, 108.1 from 109.8. And the Dolphin B team actually giving it a good go. So the Aer Lingus swimmer now in the water, looking very, very strong. And pulling away, it looks like, from Lauren, and that is Asha McElroy. And right below McElroy in lane number 3, it's Michelle O'Shea. We've seen her in the pool earlier for Dolphin. She's going very, very strong as well. But at the minute, it's Aer Lingus who look to be the ones to put the most pressure on Lisburn. Reminder of that Lisburn time of a 4:38.33 is currently occupying top spot, with the Banbridge team in a 4:40.57 just behind. There's a great split from the Aer Lingus swimmer at the moment. When it comes down the back 25, so this very different to the mixed medley relay which we had a couple of days ago, where you can see leads change and exchange because of men racing women, women racing men. So not so much like that in this, but more consistency to the order of swimmers. And into the water, Aer Lingus go with a sizable chunk lead on the rest of the field. Now Lauren dropped way, way back. And it's actually Athlone who have got into second spot. They must have had a fantastic breaststroker split there. Jane Ryan, that was for them. Ella Poyle in the pool now for the Athlone team. They're in second. But the Aer Lingus are pulling away very, very comfortably, as I would have expected. Aer Lingus always strong swimmers, and a real good culture at that club for training hard. Aer Lingus just always have good swimmers Lovely coaching, Alan Turner, always producing great talent across all 4 disciplines. Here we go. It is Aer Lingus still. Lovely shot there. Nice low head position. It's beginning to tie up a bit. You can sort of see slowing up ever so slightly. But she's built such a massive lead. It's really not going to matter. So I don't think they're going to have enough here maybe to beat Lisburn. It's going to be very close. 3:36. Remember, folks, it was 4:38. So the Aer Lingus swimmer needs to go somewhere around 102. Roughly 102, 101 to be able to take the gold medal. So here we go. Aer Lingus coming in. We'll get a better idea now of what she needs to come back on here. 4:06.04. She's winning 29.1. I think she's going to do it. She's going to get Aer Lingus in the top spot ever so slightly. So here she comes all the way down the pool. She's not swimming against anyone. She's got no idea really how close it is. We do, because we've got a clock here. 4:38.33 is the time to beat Aer Lingus. She looks like she's going to do it. Maybe just getting away from her ever so slightly. It's going to be so close, folks, as she comes into the wall. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. 0.06 over what the Lisburn team went. That is heartbreaking. But Aer Lingus now have bumped Banbridge down to the bronze medal position. So Aer Lingus currently in silver medal position, with Lisburn hanging on to that top spot. Stan Shepard and David Strong, the coaches, can wipe some sweat off their brow. For that one, they almost got caught, but they didn't. They just got to hang on now for one more heat to claim the gold medal. So there's confirmation of results. The Lauren A team, Swim Belfast and Glenavon, they're out of the medals, you would imagine. And as the Mallow swimmer finishes in lane number 8. Okay, medley relay is always good fun to watch. And the final heat, before we move on to 4 heats actually of the men's. So that's going to be interesting to keep track of where that's going. So we have in lane number 0, Sunday's Well B team, Sunday's Well A team, Trojan A team, Limerick A team, New Ross A team, Czech A team, Asgard A team, Dolphin A team, and the Limerick B team go in lane number 9. So definitely Limerick have a, well, not Limerick, excuse me. Yes, Limerick and New Ross a 4:28 and a 4:11, so they're much faster than what Lisburn went, but it is done in the pool, not on paper, as you know. So Leah Bailey for New Ross is taking an early lead for them. And always great to finish off with a relay here on session 13 on day 5 of the Irish Summer Nationals. So it's actually Sunday's Well taking the lead here early doors. Coach Cassidy in the stands watching on. So drop back ever so slightly though on this second 50. Lane number 4, Leah Bailey, New Ross, having a really fast back half here. And I think Lisburn will do well to hang on the top spot here, I think. These other teams are going very quickly. Bit of a slow takeover for New Ross, but a safe one. The Czech team not eligible to win. Or maybe they are eligible in relays, I'm not too sure, to win a medal. We'll have to keep an eye on them. But New Ross coming through now. Very comfortable. Okay, New Ross still with the lead. And then into the picture, the Czech team and Sunday's Well hanging in there too. So the time to remember is still Lisburn, 4:38:33. Erlingus, 4:38:39. Agonisingly close. I thought they had it in the silver medal position, and Banbridge are in third position at the moment. So the Czech team having a really strong breaststroke leg. That is Perestova. I think maybe just behind New Ross, the Czech Republic, and Sunday's Well. Only 0.4 spreading them. It's very, very close. So here we go. Who's going to have the faster fly leg? It looks like the Czech team had a fantastic takeover. That is Kaiselova. Looking really, really strong now. Coming down the pool. So fly leg really, really important. The fly leg obviously swum for the Irish team by Ellen Walsh at the World Swimming Championships earlier on today. But Saren Semchi, our 200-meter butterfly Irish Open champion from last night, is taking the lead. And she's down there in lane one, sort of sneaking through. She's going to have a really strong back half. And being that 200 fly champion, she's got really good endurance. New Ross dropping back now. The Czech team also hanging tough. But it is Saren Semchi and Sunday's Well coming through the strongest, it looks like, before the freestyle. So big pressure now on the freestylers to get the job done. Semchi finishes, and the Sunday's Well swimmer goes in with a comfortable lead. Sunday's Well looking super strong. Ellen Lee in the water for them. Can they hang on? The time to beat is a 4:38.3. We've got to keep an eye on that. Malkova is in for the Czech team. But an absolutely superior leg kick. She's pulling away from the rest of the field. So if a team's going to get it, it's going to be Sunday's Well. And it's going to be quite tight, I think, folks. 3:58.1. She should get under the time. I think she will quite comfortably get under what Lisburn went. But here we go, coming down the pool. It is Ellen Lee of Sunday's Well going for 400-meter medley relay gold for the women. She's absolutely flying down the pool. She's got stroke for stroke. She's nobody's going to catch her. Ellen Lee, keep an eye on the time. Well under. And they're going to be your Irish Open champions. Yes, 4:29.92 by 10 seconds. Back to your picture, top of your New Ross came back very fast. 4:35.41. And the Czech team 4:35.43. And then Asgard in a 4:38.65. So there's your top three. Sunday's Well, take the gold medal. New Ross, the bronze. Czech team will get the commemorative. And I think Lisburn should get a bronze, potentially. Sunday's Well, almost had a heart attack there. I looked up at the screen. Sunday's Well, DQ, but it's the B team. So there we go. So Sunday's Well, your Irish Open champions. Before we move on to 4 heats of the men's, and this is our last event of the morning session. Just the 3 swimmers in this race. So very similar to the women's, we're going to have to keep an eye, and I'll do my best to keep you informed of the times that these teams go. There's 4 heats now, so expect there to be changes in leads, changes in gold medal positions, bronze medal positions. So 3 teams here, all B teams. You wouldn't expect them to be contending for medals. But we have the Banbridge team in 3, the B team from Mallow in 4, and then the Lisburn B team in lane number 5. And we have Rice, Danska and Mason. At the minute it is Mason Going very quick down this first 50. I feel like a teenage boy again, folks. My voice breaking every 2 minutes. Here we go, Mason 30.39 from Rice at a 33.9 and Danske at a 36.4. So absolutely massive lead. So as these swimmers won't be in contention for medals, you know, it's just good racing experience for them. Good to turn up and get some relay experience under the lights here at the National Aquatic Centre in Blanchardstown. Good takeover there from the Lisburn team. Miles lead, and you can actually set personal best times on the backstroke on the first leg of a medley relay. So a lot of world records have been set for the 100-meter backstroke on the men's and women's side on the first leg of a medley relay. India spoke a few days ago about how you can lift yourself for a relay much more than you can sometimes even for an individual. So those times do count. So if that was a PB for Rice, that will count. So Deaton Regis, that must be Dylan Regis' younger brother, coming in for the breaststroke. And Lisburn obviously not seemingly to enter all these relays with no times. So that's why they're always in these earlier heats. But Regis now for Lisburn, some 15 odd meters clear of second position. Good experience. He comes into the wall 2:13.9. All right, the fly swimmer now for Lisburn. It is Aidan Mallet. We saw him earlier on. And he looks really controlled coming down this. So the medley relay, always usually on the last day of competition. You'll never see it any other time but the last day. It always is the last race, usually at the World Championships, Olympic Games, European Championships, whatever it is. Actually a very old world record, that one. Oh no, it's not an old record. I stand corrected. I remember it was broken in Tokyo. It was the men's 4x1 medley world record was held by the United States of America from Beijing 2008, where Michael Phelps famously won his 8th gold medal. And it was held for a very, very long time in that. And then, and then it was broken. No, it was 2009. It was broken at the Super Shoots era. And that was held for a long time until the Tokyo Olympics, where Ryan Murphy, Michael Andrew, Caleb Dressel, and Zach Apple broke it to go with 3:26.78. That's super quick. So don't expect that record to go too soon, but almost a full 100 meters ahead. It is Lisburn going to touch first in this one. About 95 meters ahead, 4:11.31. So we'll keep an eye on that time. That won't win. It'll be faster than that. But we'll keep an eye on it nevertheless. So Lisburn B in a 4:11.31. Miles here of the rest of the field. The Barnbridge team just finishing there in a 4:27.7. So good experience for them to race a 400 meter medley relay. And coming down, more than likely the last day of racing for a lot of all these athletes here at the Irish Youth and Senior Nationals, as the Mallow team come in. Liam Healy coming in to finish on this one. Yeah, good swim. 5:21 for the Mallow team. Great that Mallow have enough depth to be able to put in a B team like that. That's great to see as well. And there's confirmation of heat 1. Just 3 heats to go before we conclude the final heats session. I hope you're all getting excited to watch Daniel Whiffen coming up in very soon. Only an hour and a half's time. Going for that 1500 meter. I'd be very shocked if he doesn't at least medal. He could definitely win gold. He definitely is capable of it. So really exciting. They're going to show it on the big screen here. Can't wait to watch. Look for a link online if you can't find it. Of course, the World Championship's not being shown on RTE or on the BBC at all. So very sad to see that those two national broadcasting stations didn't pick it up. But it is being streamed online, so you can watch it. So, running down the teams here in heat number 2 of 4 in the men's 400 metres medley relay. We have the Lisburn A team going in 1, Sligo A team in 2, Portadown A team in 3. We then have the Sundays Well B team in 4, the Mallow A team in A, the Mallow A team in A, the Mallow A team in 5, Asgard A 6. Temple Ogue A team 7 and the Swim Belfast A team are going in 8. Sorry, Doris, Swim Belfast and Lisburn, the early leaders, as expected. Lisburn always in these earlier heats, trying to push the time. So, through, good takeover. I assume that's Cox in the water for them. And Lisburn are first by some 2 seconds clear of Swim Belfast, the 2 Ulster clubs taking the reins of the second heat. So Cox, a strong breaststroker, seems to be pulling away from the field, and the lead right above him, it looks like the Sligo swimmer, Anthony Maher, going really, really fast as well on this breaststroke leg. So, bit of a sluggish turn there from Cox, kind of got stuck on the wall. We're all the way down now, good shot here from the HBV team. And we're going to have to keep an eye on this one. This will be faster than the Lisburn B team, you would imagine. That'd be some turning for the books, wouldn't it, if the B team went faster than the A team? Can't see it though. So we'll have to keep an eye on whatever time Lisburn A team go here. So Cox all the way in. He's going to make way for Registe, it looks like. Lovely fly stroke, real raw speed. We saw him race Barry Murphy there about 30 or so minutes ago, maybe even less, with Murphy getting the touch on him. So that'll be an exciting 50 fly final tonight. So Registe powering down this, the fly leg. So of course, if you can, for those of you watching, the 4x1 meters in 4x1 meters medley relay is backstroke first, breaststroke second, fly third, and fly and freestyle fourth. That's very, very different from the individual medley where it's butterfly first, then backstroke, then breaststroke, then fly. So obviously the reason is that you can't do a takeover on backstroke, so the backstroke has to be first. And then I'm actually unsure as why the breaststroke and the fly are swapped in the medley relay, but I think it makes for an exciting finish when it finishes on fly and free. Of course, it has to finish on freestyle. The best stroke, and completely unbiased on that one. Here we go at the minute. Colgan in the water for Lisburn, European Junior team member for Ireland, and he's flying. They're going to be well under what the Lisburn B team went, so let's keep an eye on what they go. Colgan will be powering the whole way down the field. Legs are going very, very well. Won't actually be miles under the B team, as much as you would think. So very good depth in the Lisburn club. But Lisburn are going to be taking top spot for now, and they're going to get under that 4 minutes. They're at 3:57.29. So good back half split for Colgan. A 28-0. Absolutely miles clear of the rest of the field. And Sligo in a 4:13.69. So it's at the minute it's Lisburn A team in gold medal position, Lisburn B team in silver medal position, and then Sligo in bronze medal position as it stands. So Lisburn swimmers looking hyped behind the blocks. Happy with that swim for sure. So 3:57. 3:57.29, the fastest time in. For now, the fastest time. You could see other teams go faster, as we saw in the final heat of the women's, where Sunday's Well snatched the gold. Okay, heat number 3 for the penultimate heat of the morning session here. We have no team in lane number 4, so there's no Lauren B team for this one. So lane number 0, we have the Dolphin B team. Lane number 2, we have the A team from ESB. Lane number 3, the A team from Banbridge. No B team for Lauren in 4. In 5, it's the Athlone A team. In 6, Marlin's A team. 7, Galway A team. Sunday's Well A team in 8, and then the B team of Coolmine going 9. So lanes 4 and lanes 1 not occupied at this moment in time. So very bouncy stroke there from the ESB swimmer, but it seems to be working. It looks like ESB are coming in first, ever so slightly. Top of your picture as well. In number 8, Sunday's Well looking good. It's actually a Dolphin B team down at the bottom. Couldn't even see them. There are no 103, 4, 6, and then from ESB from Sunday's Well. So we'll keep an eye on the times as we get closer to the finish of this race. So at the bottom, surely that's not the Dolphin B team. Surely it's the A team. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But they're flying. If this is the B team and they have the A team to come, then everyone's in. The rest of the field are in for a real shock. The speed they're showing here is fantastic. The B team. So right down by the wall, Dolphin swimmer, and then Galway up in lane number 7. We have Kennedy in for them. So check it out, it's still slightly Dolphin, I think. I think Galway have maybe taken the slight advantage. Watch out for the takeovers. Yeah, very close indeed, but it is Galway, slightly clear, coming into this fly leg. Joseph Patton swimming for Galway now, the 15-year-old. And Marlin's absolutely flying down there. That is Angus Flanagan. He had a great takeover and has got a really, really nice stroke. Lovely, aggressive, high rate, high octane fly stroke. So Marlin's now taking the lead at a 2:43.51, a 26.9. A 26.9 for Flanagan on that first 50. So Flanagan absolutely flying for Marlin's, the 19-year-old. So if Martins have got a freestyler who can throw down anything decent, they're going to be really close. But folks, they're going way slower than what Lisburn will go. So Lisburn will still be in the first position come the end of this race. So here we go. We got Lisburn A team still in first. Lisburn B team is in second currently, but Marlin's flying. They're not going to beat Lisburn, but they might get under the B team to get in for second position. So Marlin's with a fantastic fly leg and what looks like a really, really strong freestyle also. So keep an eye on the swimmers as well. Down in lane number 3, that's Matthew Mohan of Banbridge. So at the minute he's tying up ever so slightly, coming to the wall, he's going to be over. So at the minute, it is the A and B team for Lisburn stay in the lead. Marlin A team in a 4:13.52. I think that might put them in bronze medal position, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, so Marlin A team 4:13.5. Banbridge A team 4:14.9, and Dolphin B team good swim. If that's what the B team have, what do the A team have? So we have one more heat to go of this morning session. So it looks like a full house here. All teams come to the party and racing. A lot of slapping going on. I can hear it here behind the blocks. Slapping of chests, slapping of arms, getting them primed and ready to race this, the medley relay. Great tension in the crowd as well. Final heat of the morning session here. Session 13 of 15 at the Irish Summer Nationals. On 3:57.29 is the time to beat. That's the only swimmers to go sub 4 minutes so far. So quickly through the teams. We have the Dolphin A team in 0, Coolmine A team 1, the Lauren A team 2, Ards A. These are all A teams, folks, so I'll stop saying A. Lauren 2, Ards 3, New Ross 4, Limerick 5, NAC 6, Banbridge 7, Trojan 8, and the Czech team in 9. So Limerick at the minute with the early lead. That is Finn McGeever, the Tokyo 2020 Olympian in that 4x200 freestyle relay. We've seen him a number of times earlier on this week. And McGeever, not usually see him swim backstroke, but he's given it a fair good go here. The two teams around him in 6 and 4 is New Ross and the NAC. But McGeever first, 58.49. They're first, not the best takeover from the breaststroke though for Limerick, and a very good takeover for Evan Bailey in the breaststroke. Never see him swim breaststroke, maybe only on the 200 medley. But Bailey now taking a slight advantage through this, the first half of the breaststroke split. It is Bailey looking strong for New Ross. Right above him is Horgan for Limerick, and above him for the NAC is Ryan McGinley. So Limerick have actually dropped back now to 3rd position. And here we go, coming down the race. Also in lane number 1, sneaking, I didn't see them, Cruel Mine. That's O'Loughlin, that's Danny Morgan, excuse me, in lane number 1, having a decent swim also. But it is Evan Bailey who's extending his lead for New Ross. We need to keep an eye on the time to see how close, and if they can get close to Lisburn. Could be very, very tight. So Evan Bailey coming in really, really strong on that breaststroke leg from him. Great work. They touch first. Not coming up on your screen, but coming up on the big board is Evan Bailey, 2:07.86 for New Ross. Second position is the NAC in a 2:10.0. And third position, I think, is Coolmine down in lane number 1. So it is still New Ross. And right above them, the NAC swimmers going really, really strong. That's Oisin to beat. You've seen him a number of times, the young swimmer. He's a fantastic talent. So very tight now. 2:36.0 for New Ross, 2:36.7 for NAC, and 0.1 behind it is Coolmine. And then right below that, Orr is getting in the mix. Well, hunting down, smells blood in lane number 3. He's got Dunyan coming for them in ours. Watch out for ours. We're going to have to keep an eye on the time. It's not going to be enough maybe to catch Lisburn. We'll have to wait and see. Here we go. Into the water, it is the NAC, New Ross, Orge, Lauren getting in on the mix now. They have Leggett. This is going to be a fantastic finish. I apologise in advance if my voice goes completely, it probably will, but this is too exciting to not get excited for. Here we go. Lane number 6, is the NAC, seemingly pulling away. We've got Dunyan and Leggett battling it out for Orge and Lauren. Very, very slightly, it is Fitzmaurice for the NAC, 3:33.2 from Leggett and Lauren in the mix. Leggett is storming back. Leggett loves the relay, he loves the race, he loves the hunt. He comes down. This is going to be super, super tight. We need to keep an eye on the time. It is going to be Lisburn who are going to hold on to first position. Well, the silver and the bronze very much up for grabs. Leggett flying. Dunyan slightly as well. It's Leggett versus Fitzmaurice. It's going to be Leggett. It is Leggett for Lauren. 4 minutes, 0.69 for Lauren. NAC 4:1.53 and Orge and a 4:1.89. They did a great job. They don't have a backstroke really at the minute. They had Benji Cummins on the backstroke for them after Adam Barnes' recent retirement from the sport. So there's your gold medal winners. It is Lisburn again. They won the gold in the 4x200 freestyle earlier. Now they've won gold in the 4x1 medley. Silver medal will then go to Lauren, and the bronze medal will go to the NAC. Ords agonisingly close to be outside, but a great effort for them. Wow, that was an exciting one at the end there. Leggett came home like a freight train. Fantastic to see that. And that concludes the relays for this, the Irish Summer Nationals 2023. And those medals will be awarded now to those relay swimmers. And that will conclude session 13. Session 13 is in the books, folks, for this, the Irish Youth and Senior Summer Nationals. We will be back, and I think it's 12:30 for 1 o'clock, excuse me. I've just been told by Connor at HPV it's 1 o'clock. Back for the middle session where we will see the slightly slower heats for all those events you've watched. So tune in for that. And then obviously we'll be back at 5:30 tonight for the final session. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'm David Thompson. This has been an HPV production for Swim Ireland, and I'll see you all soon in a couple of hours. Thank you.
So we do have a 50-metre fly, swim off, 2 men. So could those 2 competitors arrive at the scoreboard end as soon as possible, please? I know one of the gentlemen from Ards, and I'm hoping it's that lad in the pool.